What's going on, everybody? C4 here today, continuing with the Madden 18, Madden 17 roster breakdown series, where if you guys want to go check out my live stream, you can go download these rosters on the Xbox One platform. While we're continuing with this series is to make sure we got it right. We got about 8 to 9 teams left that we're going to continue to go through and keep on suggesting and, maybe either applauding if I get it right or suggesting I should, increase or decrease a certain player's overall so I can have the most accurate rosters that you're going to be able to find on the Xbox One consoles today. So we're going to get in this series. If you didn't tune in the first one, the Philadelphia Eagles episode, I go in depth, but the Cliff Notes version is what we're doing. Is we got the ratings based off of my opinion, Pro Football Focus, their stats, draft picks, first 3 rounds included, free agency, almost everyone has been included unless they slip through the cracks. Draft picks from round 4 to undrafted free agency have been just notable guys have been included. And, so we're just going to rock and roll right now, baby. Down to the quarterback spot, we gave Drew Brees a 92 overall. I mean, another year, another season of Drew Brees just putting up insane numbers, which makes you think, what if the Saints had a defense? How far could they go every season? 7-9 as a starter last year, 5,200 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, and 15 picks. When you throw that ball almost 700 times, 15 picks is kind of expected, but that still on paper is a little high for Drew Brees, who ended up making the Pro Bowl last season. But I mean, as long as Drew Brees remains their quarterback, I really don't think it matters what kind of weapons they have out there. I think, we have kind of scolded the Saints for the Brandon Cooks trade because of, the team they trade. I don't want to make this another big, let's just shit on the Saints again. But again, why did you trade him to the Patriots? There's other suitors. But anyways, that being said, Drew Brees is the kind of quarterback, I think if you just had a bunch of Willie Snead, like guys like that, Willie Snead, guys that slip through the cracks, I think Drew Brees can make, even the most mediocrity of wide receivers better. So, he's a GOAT. He's one of the greatest of all time. He's 92. We had Chase Daniel, 70, and Garrett Grayson, 62. At the running back spot, Adrian Peterson, we made him the lead back. Hot take here. We gave him an 87 overall. He did miss a majority of last season. I think my rating for him was a 90. So we took him down to a actually 3-point hit because of the age and the injury. He'll be sitting here as an 87. We have Mark Ingram, who made the Adrian Peterson signing a little bit questionable. Like, why would you bring him in if you have Mark Ingram coming off a career year? He had 1,300 yards from scrimmage and 10 total touchdowns. Debatably, I was thinking about making both these guys 87 overall. I think that's about fair, but currently we just made it so AP is the lead back, but certainly Mark Ingram could be bumped up 1 or 2. Even 2 would be extreme, getting up to an 88. But, 1,300 yards from the line of scrimmage is not bad. 46 catches. Dual threat. They get Alvin Kamara in the draft, and get another kind of surprising pick, but it also makes more sense when you think about it. They haven't really had that Darren Sproles type back in a couple seasons. I mean, Reggie Bush was there. But, it just seems like that's a facet of this offense that they want. They want that guy that's 100% just going to come in and add a weapon out of the backfield as a receiver. And I think that's what they're going to use Alvin Kamara for eventually. Then, obviously, AP is not going to be a long-term solution. And when AP is gone, they probably, if you're hoping and the Saints do the right thing, Ingram and Kamara could be a nice 2-headed running back attack down the line. We have Cadet here, Murphy, and Daniel Lasco. Fullback, John Kuhn, 80 overall. Always reliable, John Kuhn. I think he had 5 touchdowns last year, so he was one of the highest rated fullbacks. Definitely, I think he's top. I think he's the number 5 fullback I have in my rosters. At the wide receiver spot, we gave rookie Michael Thompson. Yes, 87 overall. I think that may be tied. I think him and Joey Bosa got the two biggest. Oh, obviously, I forgot Ezekiel Elliott and stuff like that. But for at least wide receivers, the best wide receiver last season as a rookie, what he had was 92 catches, 1,100 yards, and 9 touchdowns. I really think the success, and he missed the game. He only featured in 15 games, only started 12. But I think really the emergence of him kind of made the Brandon Cooks thing, help a little bit more this season. Didn't sting as much because even though Brandon Cooks 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns last year, Michael Thomas was going to be the wide receiver 1 this season. No other way around it. We have Willie Snead, who we gave an 80 overall last season. Willie Snead finished the year with 72 catches for 895 yards and 4 touchdowns. So that's about an 80-81 in my roster, between 79 and 81. I figure because, he had just shy of 1,000 yards. 80 is about fair for him. They got Ted Ginn Jr. coming over from the Carolina Panthers. Speed threat replacing, hopefully, what they lost in Brandon Cooks in the offense in terms of like a speed, gimmicky type play kind of threat. 79 overall. I mean, he's getting up there in age, but still nice veteran presence. Coleman 672, Corey Fuller 70, and yeah, these guys. Down the tight end spot, we gave Kobe Fleener a 79 overall last season. Kobe Fleener had 50 catches, 630 yards, and 3 touchdowns, which is not a bad stat line. Would have expected when they paid him decent money to come over as a free agent by way of the Indianapolis Colts in a very pass-heavy offense. He'd have a little bit better stats like that. Obviously, he was never going to be Jimmy Graham levels of awesome, but he thought he'd be, a little bit better than what he was. It wasn't a terrible season by any means, but hopefully they can build upon things and have a better sophomore season with the Saints for Coby Fleener. Michael Ho, Mawanawunui, sure, 73, Hill 73, Phillips 71, Harbor 71, and Stoneburst. They got a lot of tight ends here. Down the offensive line, we give Terran Armstead an 85 overall. I still think there's plenty of upside here. Hopefully he can have a bounce-back season. I think he was banged up. So, guys that miss significant time, you take the 2-point hit. I had him as an 87, going down to an 85, but when healthy, I'm sure, if he stays healthy for even half the season, this will get bumped back up to a higher grade if we're still editing these rosters. They got Barnes, who just came over as a free agent. Left guard, Andrews Pete, 72 overall. Pro Football Focus gave him a 67 grade at left tackle. But now they're moving to left guard, so he gets a nice little bump there. Even though I do think he probably should be playing tackle. Whatever, rolls him at guard. We have Max Unger, who Pro Football Focus gave an 84 grade, so we give him an 84 here. Obviously, he picked up a pretty bad injury. It looks like, conflicting reports. Some people say he's going to miss half the season. Other people say he'll be there for the beginning of the season. I'm going to be more inclined to say that, but I remember there's so many trade rumors. Like, oh my God, the Saints going to trade for Jason Kelce. Max Unger, he's one of the best centers in the NFL when healthy. There's a reason why they at least traded for him when they got rid of Jimmy Graham. So he's a nice bat, nice pickup there. We have this guy's depth. At right guard, we have Larry Wofford coming over from the Detroit Lions, 81 overall. That's roughly low 80s what Pro Football Focus gave him. That was a good free agency signing. And at right tackle, we have Zach Strief, who Pro Football Focus gave a 86, and we're giving him an 86 overall rating. And then they drafted Ryan Ramczyk with their second first-round pick, 75. So, Strief is getting up there in age, but still performing at a very high level. So, obviously, this is a long-term solution. Maybe you can have Ramczyk, I don't really know, maybe slide him into left guard. Who's their left tackle? Left tackle, they're fine. I don't really know what the Ramczyk pick. It's just forward thinking, I guess. Defensive side of the ball, we give Cameron Jordan an 88 overall. Originally, we had him last year as a 92. We're fairly generous. Didn't quite live up to that 92 last season. Featured in all 16 games. Had 1 forced fumble, 7.5 sacks, and just shy of 60 total tackles. That's still 88. Still a really good rating for Cameron Jordan for a guy that's, I would say, fringe elite defensive end. Daryl Tapp here with a 72. Right defensive end, we have Paul Kruger, 75, and we have Alex Okafor, 74. Okafor probably will be the starter coming over from the Arizona Cardinals. He's been a nice rotational guy. He was an outside linebacker in that scheme. I think they're going to try him at defensive end here in New Orleans, so he'll probably be the starter there over Paul Kruger. Even Paul Kruger put in some good years with the Cleveland Browns. He could still contribute a little bit in terms. I think he had 2 sacks or something like that last season, but I think Okafor will be the starter. Defensive tackle, we have Nick Fairley, who we gave an 81 overall. Last year, featured in all 16 games, got 6.5 sacks, 34, just over 40 total tackles. So, those sack numbers for a defensive tackle are near the tops of the league. So, I feel 81's about fair for Nick Fairley. We have Sheldon Rankins here, 78, missed a lot. I think he missed the entire season last year with a torn ACL. But he was one of my favorite draft picks of last year's draft. Getting him back is going to be a big get for this defense. We have Daniel Onyemata, who's a big beast in our Toronto Huskies franchise. If you haven't checked that out, go do that. But he's really good, and we have Davidson here, 72. So lots of solid depth here at the defensive tackle spot for the New Orleans Saints. Left outside linebacker, we have Alohi Kikaha from Washington with a 73 overall. I'm pretty sure he missed a bunch of games last year with an injury. I can't even see any of his stats, so I assume he didn't really play much. Let's see here. Yeah, no Alohi Kikaha. We also have Stephon Anthony, who's kind of fallen off a little bit. I remember he had a really good rookie season in terms of stats. He finished the year, and I don't think he was very good last season. Maybe Saints fans couldn't elaborate on that. And also Sheldon Rankins, how dare I? He had 4 sacks last year in 9 games. But I know he did. He hurt himself, and like I said, obviously didn't play a full season. But yeah, so outside linebacker, we got this. That's what we're working with. I think I'd probably go with Kia. He was I think he's the all-time sack leader for the Washington Huskies. So maybe roll with him. Middle linebacker, that Craig Robertson, 78 overall. Last season, Mr. Robertson led the team in solo tackles with 70 solo tackles for over 100 total. He has a sack to his name. He had 4 pass deflections and an interception in 15 starts. Kind of a product of a defense that was on the field loss. Not because the offense sucked, because the offense would score so quickly. He had a lot of snaps. Got a lot of snaps on the defense side of the ball, but he made them count. So I feel 78 is fair. They got Manti Te'o coming over from the San Diego LA Chargers with his fake girlfriend, 75. Klein coming over from the Carolina Panthers. I like this. This is great middle linebacker depth. And Stoop right here, 71. And a right outside linebacker, we have Donnell Ellerbe, 79 overall last season. Mr. Ellerbe, in 9 appearances, 8 starts, had 2 pass deflections, 4 sacks, and just shy of 50 tackles. I imagine if he would have played the whole season. I mean, that's pretty goddamn good stat line. If he would have played the full season, just do simple math. That's, you know, almost 100 tackles, 8 sacks. Obviously, you know, that's just simple math. But not a bad season at all from Ellerbe. They get Alex Anzalone, the linebacker from Florida. It's the 3rd round, I believe. I think they got him in the 3rd round. That's a nice pickup. I mean, I feel that was good value. I remember Alex Anzalone, people were saying, oh my God, he's going to go in the 2nd round. 3rd round is about where I would draft him. And, you know, he's kind of like the jack of all trades, master of none. Back there at the linebacker spot. But it was a good pickup. The quarterback spot, we have Delvin Breaux. We gave him a 79 overall last season. Delvin Breaux, I don't think he played a whole lot. Only featured in 6 games. He had 1 pass deflection and 20 tackles. But when healthy, I mean, well, obviously with the rookie we're going to talk about in a second, he probably is the 2nd best. But he's been the best corner in New Orleans, I would say, for the last 2 seasons. Kind of coming out of nowhere. Got injured, went up here to the CFL, and was able to make a name for him down there in the Saints. We have Lattimore here, 78, their 1st round draft pick. Couldn't believe he slipped to them. Excellent pick at an immediate need that they needed to address in the draft. So Lattimore's going to be a beast in Madden at that 93 speed. Whew. We got Sterling Moore, 77. His stat line was pretty good last season. Featured in 13 games, had 2 interceptions, 13 pass deflections, and just shy of 60 total tackles. But you know, I think 77, like all these guys, none of these guys are great yet. I think obviously Lattimore has potential to be great. I mean, serviceable. That's probably the key word for the other guys that are here outside of Marshon Lattimore, but definitely improved. They seriously need to improve their secondary so that not every game turns into a shootout. And I think they did that. They have Ken Crawley, 71, P.J. Williams, 70, and a couple other guys here to round out the roster. At free safety, we have Von Bell, who gave a 76 overall last season. Von Bell played literally everything. According to Pro Football Reference, he played corner, defensive back, linebacker, middle linebacker, safety, strong safety. Played everything. 13 starts. He had 16 appearances. He had 4 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, a sack, and 50, 60, 70. Over 80 total tackles. So very versatile as a rookie. Kind of made Jairus Byrd expendable. Get rid of that big contract off the books. So I think Von Bell is solid going forward. We also have Banjo, Thurisi, and Eric Harris. And at the strong safety spot, we gave Kenny Vaccaro an 82 overall last season, starting in 11 games, only featured in those 11 games. He had 2 interceptions, 5 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, a sack, and just shy of 70 total tackles. I think he would have played the full season. His stats would have been even better. Probably would have been a fringe Pro Bowl, knowing how much they use the alternates. Made a Pro Bowl there, but one of the better strong safeties, I think, in the NFL. They brought back Raphael Bush. He's a big-time hitter, 75. And Marcus Williams, another fairly surprising pick, in my opinion here, as a strong, well, he's probably going to play free safety, strong safety, either or. Actually, we'll make him free safety right now because he probably has better competition to beat out Von Bell. If that's the direction they want to go, then Vaccaro is probably their best defensive back on paper right now. There you go. So, you know, he's the backup there. Makes him a little bit better. Kicker, we have Will Lutz. We gave him a 79 overall. It was pretty good as a rookie. There's probably be some Saints fans that think that should be a little bit higher. And Thomas Morstead, 84 overall, one of the top punters in the NFL. And that's, I think, top 5 punter grade for my roster. So there you go, guys. Those are your Madden 18, Madden 17 New Orleans Saints rosters. If you agree or disagree with any of the ratings you see here today, please don't be a dickhead, but also leave a comment in the comment section below. If you want to download these rosters and you haven't downloaded them yet, the link should be in the description. If not, it's one of the pegged videos, pinned videos, whatever you want. Pegged, yes, it got fucked by a fake dildo. One of the pinned videos on my main channel. And until next time, it's C4. Say